Are Canadians ready for a seismic shift in their political landscape? Welcome, as we stand on the precipice of a monumental upcoming Canadian election. There's an electric tension in the air, a question on everyone's lips. Is it time for change? We find ourselves in a landscape peppered with controversy, scandal, and a prime minister whose policies and actions have sparked fiery debates across the nation. But as we delve into this topic, remember, your voice matters. First, let's examine the controversies and scandals that have marked the current administration. It's been a bumpy ride for the incumbent, with many Canadians questioning the path the country is on. One key point of controversy has been the allegations of financial mismanagement. Accusations of reckless spending and driving the nation into debt have cast a shadow over the administration. Questions have been raised about the sustainability of such a fiscal approach, with critics arguing that it could have long-term detrimental effects on the economy. Then there's the issue of woke ideologies. The incumbent's adoption of these progressive beliefs has proven to be divisive. While some laud the push for social justice and equality, others see it as an overstepping of the government's role, causing a rift in the populace. Critics argue that these ideologies, while noble in their intent, have been implemented in a way that neglects the practical realities and diverse opinions of the Canadian people. Adding to the pile are the scandals that have hit the administration. Each one has chipped away at the public's trust, causing many to question the integrity of the leadership. These controversies have not just been confined to domestic matters. They've had international ramifications, affecting Canada's reputation on the global stage. The fallout from these issues has not been insignificant. The incumbent's approval ratings have taken a hit, and dissatisfaction is growing. The public's faith in the administration's ability to govern effectively and in the best interests of the people has been shaken. In the face of these controversies, a sense of disillusionment has grown among many Canadians. The question on many minds is whether the incumbent can weather these storms or if it's time for a new direction. These controversies have left many Canadians wondering if it's time for a change. On the other side of the coin, we have Pierre Poilievre, a candidate promising change. This contender for the helm of the nation is not a new face in Canadian politics, but his candidature represents a fresh direction, a different approach, and a promise of change. Pierre Poilievre, with his years of experience in the political arena, is a familiar figure to many Canadians. He's known for his straightforwardness, his firm belief in fiscal responsibility, and his commitment to individual freedom. He's been vocal about his dissatisfaction with the current government's handling of the economy, expressing concern about what he sees as unsustainable spending and a lack of focus on economic growth. But it's not just about criticizing the status quo for Poilievre. He's made his own promises too. He's pledged to get Canada's economy back on track, to ensure responsible spending, and to focus on policies that stimulate growth and job creation. He's also promised to uphold the principles of democracy and freedom, and to resist what he sees as an encroachment on individual liberties. His vision for Canada is one of prosperity and freedom, where every citizen has the opportunity to succeed, and where the government serves the people, not the other way around. He's spoken about a future where Canada's wealth is not squandered, but carefully managed and invested in ways that benefit all Canadians. Yet, promises are easy to make and harder to keep. Poilievre's pledges sound appealing, especially for those who feel let down by the current government. But, as with any political promise, the question remains, can he deliver? Can he steer Canada away from what some see as a dystopian trajectory towards a future that is prosperous and free? The answer to that question is not an easy one. It's wrapped up in a complex web of political realities, economic factors, and the will of the Canadian people. And ultimately, it will be up to the voters to decide whether they believe in Poilievre's vision for Canada and whether they trust him to lead the nation towards it. Can Poilievre deliver on these promises and bring about the change that some Canadians are longing for? The answer, dear listeners, will unfold in the coming months as the election draws nearer and the battle lines are drawn. Every coin has two sides, and every decision has pros and cons. Let's delve into the potential implications of voting for change or maintaining the status quo in the upcoming Canadian elections. On one hand, voting for change could usher in fresh perspectives, innovative strategies, and a much-needed break from the controversies that have plagued the current administration. A new leadership, such as that promised by Pierre Poilievre, could potentially steer Canada away from its current trajectory, re-evaluating policies and rectifying past mistakes. It means a chance to redefine Canada's future and perhaps a step towards rebuilding the nation's economy. However, change is often accompanied by uncertainty. A new leader might bring unfamiliar policies, and there's no guarantee these will be beneficial. The transition period could be challenging as the new administration adjusts and sets its plans in motion. Moreover, a shift in leadership doesn't necessarily equate to an immediate resolution of the issues at hand. On the flip side, sticking with the current administration could provide stability. Despite the controversies, the incumbent government has a known track record. There's a certain level of predictability in their policies and actions, which could be comforting in these tumultuous times. They might have the experience and knowledge to navigate the complexities that they've encountered during their tenure. Yet maintaining the status quo might also mean persisting with policies that some believe have led Canada down a problematic path. It could mean more of the same, and if citizens believe that the current trajectory is not beneficial, then this option might not be appealing. The decision isn't easy. There are pros and cons to both sides of the coin, and it ultimately comes down to what Canadians believe is the best course for their nation. As we move closer to Election Day, it's essential for Canadians to weigh these factors and make an informed decision. In the end, the power to shape Canada's future lies in your hands. Yes, you heard it right. The power of your voice is not just a cliché, it's an undeniable truth. It's a voice that can echo through the halls of Parliament, a voice that can shape policies, and a voice that can ultimately steer the direction of this great nation. Elections are not just about choosing a leader. They're about engaging in a conversation, a dialogue about the direction we want our country to take. They're about asking questions, challenging assumptions, and demanding accountability. They're about the exchange of ideas, where every citizen is both a teacher and a student. It's crucial to remember that every vote carries weight. Each ballot cast is a statement, a testament to our belief in democracy. It's a declaration that we, as citizens, are ready and willing to play our part in shaping our nation's destiny. So, let's not take this responsibility lightly. Let's take the time to educate ourselves, to ask the tough questions, to engage in meaningful political discussions. Let's rise above the noise, the rhetoric, the empty promises, and make informed decisions. Let's not just be spectators, but active participants in this democratic process. Remember, it's not just about the here and now, it's about the legacy we leave for future generations. Our decisions today will echo into the future, shaping the Canada of tomorrow. So let's make sure our voices are heard, loud and clear. Your vote matters, your voice matters. Now it's time to hear from you. We've navigated through the turbulent waters of the current political landscape. We've dissected the controversies and promises, weighed the pros and cons, and highlighted the power of your voice. But this journey doesn't end here. It's a continuous dialogue, a conversation that thrives on your participation. The upcoming election is not just about the leaders and their promises. It's about you, your concerns, your hopes, and your vision for Canada. So, let's turn the tables. What are your thoughts on the upcoming election? Do you think Canada is ready for a change? Ready to shift its trajectory? Or perhaps you believe in giving the incumbent another chance? There's no right or wrong answer here. The beauty of a democracy is that it's a chorus of diverse voices, each adding their unique note to the melody of the nation. So, let's hear your note. Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Whether you agree or disagree, your opinion matters. And remember, in this digital age, your keyboard can be as powerful as a ballad. Also, if you found this discussion insightful, go ahead and give it a like. It helps us understand what content resonates with you. And if you think this conversation is worth spreading, don't hesitate to share this video. The more voices we can include in this dialogue, the richer it becomes. And lastly, if you'd like to stay in the loop with our discussions, hit that subscribe button. We're all about facilitating meaningful conversations and providing a platform where your voice can be heard. Keep the conversation going, and remember, your voice can make a difference.